You're tuned in to Grown Folks Production. In the mix. With the commish, Nate.
Alrighty, welcome in everybody to Press Pass Live, your weekly OMFL podcast show. I got my buddy, Mr. Maniac, with me. We're ready to talk season 119. What week are we even in, Maniac? I got to figure that out. Yeah, see, I think we're in week number 8. That is where we are. Week 9 in this Madden cycle. I forgot even to open up the chat. Let me hurry up and open up the chat real quick so I can actually see what folks said or saying. We had a I had an update to OBS for all of my OBS users, and it moved things around and it changed things, and I'm just now figuring out what all it has moved around and what all it has changed, and we are missing a bunch of things, but we're gonna get them opened here really quick. Right here, chat. Is that it? That's not it. That's not what we want. Well, hold on one second. This is fun. This is the perfect way, I think, to open up this show and talk about the stupid stuff that we got to talk about. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. There she is. All right. Testing the chat. There we go. Okay, things are working. What up, Bill? Maniac, we're here to talk about season 119, week number 9. We got a lot of games to cover. Let me turn back on our little chat function here. Where is my chat? Everything moved. I don't like this. I don't like when people start moving things on me. It's
what are they doing?
It's not how that's supposed to work. Either way, okay, let's get over here. We're going to get over here, and we'll be able to do that. Nate hasn't even opened up and loaded the franchise. That's where we're at. We're going to cover week 6, 7, and 8. Then we're going to look at, that freaked me out for a second there. It said I had no franchises. I was like, that would be the perfect ending to Madden 26. Just delete the franchise. That's about where we are. We're going to cover week 6, 7, and 8. Then we're going to open up the advanced stats. We're going to look at the top 5 and a handful of categories. We're going to go look at the mailbag. We got a handful of questions in there. We're going to talk about what we're doing next season, or what would Maniac do if the pencil was in his hand. A little state of the franchise, and tell you sort of where my head is at, and where we are and how things are going and what the plan is as we wrap things up. So let's get over there. What up, Bill? What up, Zoe? Let's get over there and talk about weeks number 6. Seahawks and Dolphins. Well, this was Meat Boy before he gave us the middle finger and got up out of here. I'm just kidding about the middle finger. I'm trying to make a joke about a tough situation. 21-17. Texans beat the Colts 34-8. That was our CPU game because we have 2 CPU teams. We'll talk about those a little later. We will have a third after this season. Atlanta and Cincyburg with a 31-7 victory over Bill. Keep it squatchy. That's our buddy James. 52-49 against Lost Sniper.
Cow.
Big Hurt, 42-7 over our guy in Tennessee, who Simple is just a name I can never hold on to. And every time I go to say it, I chase it. I got to go chase it. Where's it at? It's like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego in my head? I don't know why. Dallas and Dwayne with a 30-14 victory over Little Koch. That's pretty impressive. Little Koch having a great season. Denbrew with a 20-0 win over Nipples. Zoe with a 37-30 victory over the Cardinals. And Maniac, which got his revenge here just a few minutes ago. D-Money, the 45-17 victory over Kevin, who I'm pretty sure at this point is now completely checked out. He gets checked out pretty easily. 48-21, Tim beats Twinkie. Mr. Reluctant Pancake Randy beats my Saints 33-13, and it wasn't even that close. Bird with a 34-20 victory over Old Timer. Black Cats with a 37-24 victory over Joker. And then wrapping up week number 6, Priest with a 37-21 victory over the Vikings. I'm going to sip on my homemade Vietnamese iced coffee while Maniac picks one of these games and breaks it down.
There was some good games here and some bad games. So
a lot more bad ones this week than good ones.
Yeah. But I think looking at the scores here, I'm kind of interested in looking into the Steelers and Bills game. Buffalo has been having a kind of an up and down season, I would guess. But I've watched a couple of his games, and he's been playing pretty good. The Steelers are kind of also in a similar boat. Right off the bat here, looking at the box scores, the offensive yards, 500 yards for the Buffalo Bills to 256 for the Steelers. Rushing yards, Bills dominated that with 126 to 71. Passing yards, total domination, 374 to 185. First downs, 24 of the Bills, 10. I mean, you're looking at this thinking like, something had to happen here because the Bills were just absolutely dominating. Total yards gained, 654 to 366. Turnovers, so there's the hidden piece.
There's the
There's
piece
the
we're
hidden
looking
piece
for.
right there. Yeah, 4 turnovers. That'll always get you there. Third down conversions, 6 for the Steelers, 5 for the Bills. Another little stat I always like to look at is the red zone. 75% for the Bills, so they actually had a good red zone percentage. Only 28 for the Steelers. Time of possession, a big lead here for the Bills, 21 minutes to 14, a little over 14 for the Steelers. So stats, let's look at them stats. All right, Adrian Morales. I wonder if he's going to become Spider-Man. Anyway, so 2 touchdowns here for Morales. He was efficient with the ball, 11 to 19, didn't turn the ball over, which that's what you like to be when you're a quarterback. 185 yards on the day, 380 for Josh Allen, 2 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions, and he was sacked once here. Talk about flinging the ball around, 30 of 37, 81%. The dude was just flinging it all over the field. Rushing, Callaway, the rookie for the Bills, 6 carries, 70 yards. Man, he was actually getting some rushing yards here from his rookie here. Caleb Johnson, this guy last season when I played Black Hat, man, he had like 200 something yards rushing against me. He was like on fire. He's struggling a little bit this season. Only 10 carries, 49 yards here. Still efficient. Pacheco, 11 carries, 45 yards. Warren actually got the touchdown.
2
here
fumbles. I don't know if you missed that right there. I was
I
circling it
did.
far
I
as
did miss
2
that. So
fumbles to go with the 2 interceptions from Mr. Allen.
That is definitely heartbreaking there. I definitely know it seems like, your star running back, and then all of a sudden he fumbles. And you're like, oh, 2 of them in the game, though. That's just a shot in the arm that you don't want. So looking over at our receiving, Gary Tyson, he had a breakout game, 12 receptions, 167 yards, and a touchdown. Roman Crompton on the other side, 6 receptions, 122 yards. DJ Moore, 3 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Metcalf, 4 for 45 and a touchdown. They made it count when they got their catches. Stanton, the wide receiver for the Bills, 6 receptions, 37 yards, and a touchdown also. So a lot of guys getting involved on the offense in the receiving category. On the defensive side, with solo tackle leader of the game was Rogan, the Mike linebacker for the Steelers. That guy looks like he's going to be a solid piece. He's also had 11 total tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. Looks like no deflections or
2
sacks
forced fumbles, though. So we know where those forced fumbles came from a while ago.
Thank you for looking that far over. And he also recovered one as well. So he was opportunistic. Yeah, try to say that one real fast. So, tackle for loss leader, Rogan again, Harmon also getting in the backfield there, Queen. So all his front 7 there were making some plays in the backfield for the Steelers. Sack leader, Harmon and Rawls split the sack. Interception, Queen and Elliott are your interception guys for the Steelers. Looking at that score just a little bit closer, though, going over to the box score. the Steelers put up 23 points in the third quarter. Looked like they were kind of going to be out of this game, possibly. And, man, they just put up a lot of points there in that third quarter, probably getting a short field, and that always helps out when you have a short field. So, man, kudos to the Steelers, though. And they brought it to the Bills, even though the Bills had lots of yards, man. They just made it count when they need to.
Absolutely. I also just realized that Nate forgot to download the OMFL news from Tim. So, Tim, if you're around, I got to get the news from you. You know what? This show is the perfect example of where this entire season has gone. It just is what it is. Let's go ahead and talk about the next week. If I can get us over to the right spot, week number 7. We had the CPU Colts beat up on Little Koch. I hear the complaints in the chat about the CPU. I'm just worried about touching the CPU sliders because it feels without a shadow of a doubt they affect human games, and feels like we finally got the human games where we want them, and so it just sucks. Only thing I can tell you, and I don't even know if it helps at all, but Maniac in the Deuce let us just play offense only. That seemed to work in the Deuce. I would suggest trying that here. It seems to work the best. Your CPU defense will play the CPU offense better than you can, and you can just play offense. And again, there are no rules. Just don't stat pat, but just like freaking do what you got to do against the CPU. Yeah. Colin, 31-3 over our guy Simple. Dempru continues his red hot streak, 25-21 over Joker. Jay Ballas, the champion, 38-27 over our guy. Is it Kevin? No, it's not Kevin. Is it Kevin? James. James. There it is.
Yeah.
Golly, I lost it for a second there. Shocks. My bad. Our guy Bill with a 34-31 victory over Byron. Big Hurt, 52-3 over Tim. Big Hurt just out here smashing people. Maniac bounces back 35-13 over.
That was my CPU.
Oh, there you go. There's a CPU game. That's right. I think I remember that happening now. James with a 51-20 victory over Priest. Reluctant Pancake, Mr. Randy, 35-23 over Roger. Kevin bounces back 30-16 over Old Timer. I think that was a CPU game. An emergency that happened. Bird with a 44-17 victory over Nipples. Dwayne with a 48-24 victory over Rod. And then Lost Sniper with a 28-21 victory over Massimo. Which one of these do you want to talk about, buddy?
We had some better games, I think, this week. It looked like, and from stat points. Let's look at the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. I had to give the Miami Dolphins a whole lot of love this season, so we're going to look at his game here. Offensive yards, we know Losty is absolutely a juggernaut of throwing the ball around the field. And 371 offensive yards for the Patriots to 209 for the Dolphins. 112 rushing for the Dolphins, only 48 for the Patriots. But there you go, the offensive passing yards, 323-97. That's a big disadvantage there for the Dolphins there for that stat. First downs, amazingly enough, they got 16 first downs, the Dolphins did, with only 97 passing yards and 18 for the New England Patriots. Turnovers, skip on down to them turnovers, 2 each here, so really didn't probably factor a whole lot in this game since both of them had 2 turnovers there. But 6 third down conversions for the Patriots, 4 for the Dolphins. 66% red zone for the Dolphins, 75% for the Patriots, and they got 3 offensive touchdowns. So they were getting it done when they were in the red zone for the Patriots. Time of possession, pretty close, 19-16. And then skipping over to the player stats, Drake May just lighting it up. 323 yards, 3 touchdowns, interception, 21-26, 80% for the game. He was getting it done. Bawako had 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Struggled a little bit, 14-26, only 53% completion. His QB rating It was 45. That's always a bummer to see when you're when that's on your squad. I've had it happen a few times. Max Connell, 16 carries. Where did this guy come from? I don't even remember seeing this guy's name before the season, but 16 carries, 110 yards, and a touchdown. And Henderson, Travion Henderson, for the Dolphins to keep him to 28 yards is absolutely impressive. And then Peoples, both his running backs are dynamic. 28 yards to 23 yards for those two guys is impressive. Only give up one touchdown between both of those for the Dolphins. Receiving, this is where Lost Sniper excels. 10 receptions for Hernandez, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns. Could not stop him. He had an 80 of long for a pass here. Ricard's 7 reception, 87 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. He always seems to get open no matter what you do on defense. Killings with 3 for 29. Diaz 3 for 24. And he did have a touchdown there for the wide receiver. And then McConnell, the running back, getting done also in the receiving category, 3 for 21 for the Dolphins. Skipping on over to the defensive side of things. Soul tackles are tackle leader for Soul with 4. Dixon and Murray sharing that. Carey also with 4. Total tackles 9 for Dixon. Tackles for loss. This is one of my favorite stats. New England Aragon had 4 tackles for a loss. So the edge guy for the Patriots getting in the backfield, making his presence known. Vance on the middle of this, also 3 tackles for a loss, getting it done in the backfield. Wilcox with a sack. Aragon, Vance, and Williams with the half. I don't know how that math, but it math. So
I've seen that a couple of times. Like, wait a second. I know I'm not good at math, but
they all got a third, I guess. So Madden just can't count thirds, so they just count half. So Vance Murphy's this guy to me, I think, is a little bit underrated. He is a dynamic DB and has been for a while. This is probably going to be his last Madden, I'm assuming, but man, he always seems to be around the ball. Carry getting an interception for Miami, so really good defensive all around. Forced fumbles. It looked like we had one of those as well. Jalen Phillips for the Dolphins had one of those as well in this game. So, but I mean, close game. I know the Dolphins have struggled, and the Patriots, looking at their especially their offense, man. If the defense wasn't playing as good as they were for Miami, this would have been probably a 50 burger on them. So kudos to the Dolphins, though, for keeping this close. But Lost Sniper still just chugging along, man, getting those victories and looking to make the playoffs again.
What up, old timer? What up, Jay Bows? I'm burping up some Vietnamese iced coffee over here. Kind of is what it is. Let's look at week number 8. Bill beats Nipples. Is Nipples around? Everybody's just beating Nipples. This was a team that
he's on a cruise, man.
14-game winning streak last year. Now all of a sudden he can't beat nobody. Anyway, 24-17. Roger with a 41-0 win over our guy. See, why? Why does it escape me? Simple. God, it's a simple name. You idiot. Remember it. Anyway, Twinkie falls to the CPU. Our guy James with a 17-14 victory over Little Koch. Oh, that one wasn't played, so that was a sim. Oh, yes, we're in week number 9. So that one we had a couple sim games. That's right.
Denver, week 8, right?
Yeah, Denver with a 31-21 victory over Massimo. Colin with a 28-24 victory over Rod. Tim with a 41-15 victory over Nicehunger. Listen to me. Byron with a 24-17 victory. That's a good one right there over James. We had another sim there, and then we had Jay Bowles with a 38-31 victory over Big Hurt. Good battle between two very good teams. Denver continues their red hot streak last night, beating Kevin 49-24. We haven't seen Kevin since, so he just went totally MIA. Kevin, I love you.
He went dark.
You got to come around, brother. We miss you. Anyway, Zoe beats my Saints 23-20. D Wayne with a 42-21 victory over D Money. And then Maniac with a nice victory over Bird, 27-17. Oh, CPU game. There you go. And then Buffalo and Joker with a 28-21 CPU victory there. Maniac, which one of these do you want to talk to?
Man, if you need to know how to play the CPU, just talk to Roger, man. He's
got that figured out.
He's been creaming the CPU. So everybody else is struggling except for Roger. So Roger is the CPU hack. So may need to get into his ear. Man, there was a couple really close games in this one, which one of them was the sim, but a lot of guys close. I want to talk about the Chicago Bears and the Washington game here. The Commanders are a tough team. They've been in the playoffs, but man, Colin, he has reformed this team in the last couple of seasons. He has built that defense. He's got, I think, every top defensive end or rusher on that defensive line, and it has been showing on the defensive side of the ball for the Bears. But the one thing you can always count on, though, is his offense never changes. Even in his down years, man, he's going to be in top 5, top 10 in offense. So 396 yards total for the Bears, 290 for the Commanders. Offensive rushing yards, nearly neck and neck, 76 for the Bears, 72 for the Commanders. Passing yards, though, Colin excels here as well. Him and Lost Sniper must have went to the same passing school. I don't know. They always seem to get those wide receivers those balls. But 320 for the Bears, 218 for the Commanders. First downs, very close here as well.
That's a lot of first downs too.
Yeah, a lot of chain moving in this game. 20-18 there. Turnovers, 0 turnovers for both teams. So that is mistake-free football, keeping the chains turning. Most of the time, and I know I'm kind of taking a little extra time, but most of the time when you see offensive first downs that high, that means it's a kind of a slow process, and you got more opportunities to turn the ball over. And these two teams not turning the ball over is very impressive. Third down conversions look like these guys weren't facing a whole lot of third downs. 6 and 3 for the Commanders there. Red zone percentage, the Commanders actually edge out here. They got 75% with 2 touchdowns and a field goal in the red zone. But Colin did have 60%, but he got 3 touchdowns in the red zone, and that would be the difference in this game here. Caleb Williams, man, Colin has him humming. He's purring, basically. I don't know. He's got him souped up, man. He's ready to go. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 20-26, 76% completion, 320 yards. Jaden Daniels had a nice day as well, 246, 3 touchdowns, 20 of 30. So not as good as Colin there, but still really efficient on the day. Rushing, Meekins, this guy last season was really kind of, I think in the running for rookie of the year, or maybe got rookie of the year. I can't remember now, but Meekins was doing a lot of stuff, and I
wonder if he got hurt in this one, because only 8 carries, but he was averaging 7 yards a carry.
Yeah, maybe he got away from him a little bit here, but yeah, only 8 carries, 56 yards. A-Chain 10 for 39. I will give this to Colin. He sometimes he struggles running the ball, but he will stick with it. He'll still have 18 or so carries from his running backs, and he keeps you honest. Daniels had 1 carry there, probably a scramble. Not a whole lot from everybody else there in the rushing attack. Allen, though, 9 receptions, 143 yards, and a touchdown. Yay, get me some fantasy points. He's on my fantasy team. So Emmanuel Jackson, 8 receptions. This guy is 6'4", 230. It's like a tight end running routes as a wide receiver out there. It's insane. But 8 receptions, 122 yards, and a touchdown from him. Odunez, 4 receptions, 67 yards. But, man, he was getting it done in the red zone, so that's the red zone target there. And then McLaren, A-Chain, Pittman all had touchdown receptions for their teams. Defense Defense. The Cards.
19
Richards.
people with 3 sacks. I mean, with 3 tackles. Sorry.
Yeah, there's like 600 different people with 3 tackles. So tackles for a loss. So and there's nearly almost 600 people with tackles for a loss as well. So looking at the sacks though, Jones, the defensive tackle for the Bears, 1 sack. Miles Garrett, a sack. This guy is just a phenomenal. And then Thornton. All these guys are studs. And man, like I said, he's got that defense rolling. No interceptions. A couple of deflections there, but look at no fumbles, no nothings. Just good, clean football. Both guys playing it close to the vest and just getting it done. Didn't turn the ball over, and it was, truly, honestly, probably could be one of those OMFL classics. So,
Kev, what's up? We miss you. I feel like when Madden doesn't go well,
he
we
came
don't
out of the
see
dark.
Kev. Well, he came out just for right now because he's stuck at work. Kev, did you get the job? Did you get another interview? Like, you left us on a cliffhanger and you've disappeared for another week. Kev has been like MIA for the last 6 months. It feels like he is not an excited gamer right now, but I guess that could be said for a lot of us. I screwed up, boys and girls. Tim sent me the news. I didn't have time to download it. I thought I could just click it here this morning and download it, and it's making me request access, and Tim's not around. So no OMFL news. We'll use it next time when we're back next Friday. It'll be a lot of fun to use it. But we do have Tim's latest commercial that he made for me. So we're going to play that when we come back. We're going to look at the top 5 and the advanced statistics. Oh, a little kitty cat. Oh, not a happy kitty cat. That cat does not like that. We'll be right back.
Is life getting you down? Are you looking for an adventure? Are you hungry for something more? Well, here at the Jameson Williams Cheese Company, we have a solution for you.
They can hear you. They can hear us.
We have the finest cheeses in the land. Our cheese satisfies your cravings and so cheesy. Other companies will tell you to let that cheese sit and age before enjoying it. Some will even tell you to put that cheese on your head like a crown. Not at the Jameson Williams Cheese Company. We know you are a king of your jungle. That's why we are proud to introduce our latest product in the Jameson Williams Jalapeno Cheese Spread. Delicious cheddar with the jalapeno spice you have been craving. So mix it up and put some spice in your life with the Jameson Williams Jalapeno Cheese Spread. Available in major retailers and grocery stores.
That was a fun commercial. Maniac helped me make that one a little bit better. Kev, I hear you, but you just got to move on. I don't know. I got to stop projecting why I do all this on others. It may not be your thing. I get it. But the group misses you, so hopefully we'll see you around sometime. All right, let's talk about the top 5 in some categories. My thought here was to look at total offense, passing, rushing. We can just look at the different stats. I think it'd just be a fun conversation. This is sort of how I do my homework when I start looking at my own team and looking at the teams that I have to play that week, just to kind of see where guys fall. So let's look at the total offensive yards. I don't love the total offensive yard stats, but this is where we're at. Broncos, the number 1 team. I told you it was not going to take him very long to get things turned around. Words, they don't want to come out of my face right now. Colin, number 2. Jaguars, number 3. Cardinals, number 4. Falcons, number 5. We're going to break that down by pass and rush, and then we're just going to have a conversation about your offensive leaders. Passing, it's going to be Colin, then it's going to be Roger, Joker, not surprising there, Randy at number 4, Patriots at number 5. Your rushing leaders, the Jaguars, Big Hurt, Dwayne, Randy, so he's going to be the top 5 in all those categories. Mr. Maniac at number 4, and then James at number 5. Points per game, Big Hurt, Lost Sniper, Cincyberg, Colin at number 4, Raiders at number 5. Your passing touchdown leader so far, it's going to be Colin at number 1, Randy at number 2, D-Money at number 3, Lost Sniper at 4, Cincyberg at 5. Your rushing touchdown leaders, Big Hurt at number 1, the Bengals and Denbrew at number 2, and these are all kind of tied for 2. But Bird and the Panthers, Kevin and the Bucks, and then the Cardinals, and then your first downs. I don't think this one means a whole lot, but we'll look at it anyway. Big Hurt and the Jaguars, Colin and the Bears, Maniac and the Cardinals at number 3, Joker and the Bills, and Mr. Randy and the Broncos. The one that surprises me, and then we're just going to open it and have a conversation between you and I, is going to be Joker. He's not having the season that we all thought he was going to have, but yet he's in a lot of the top 5 and a lot of these passing touchdowns, first downs. He is putting up a lot of yards, especially through the air. I think when we look at it, those turnovers are getting him. Any of these surprising you around here?
Yeah, I would think probably. I mean, you kind of hit it there on the head with Joker. I mean, looking at his stats and where he's at, you would think like, man, he's probably vying for the top spot, and he struggled a little bit. I think he's like 2-6 right now. That can change. I think just looking at some of the, we talked about Randy getting back in there. Last season was a struggle, but he made some changes. He brought in some players. He traded away some players, and man, he's just rocking and rolling. You always look at, though, like you talking about the passing stats and the touchdowns and stuff. Man, the Bears just, I don't think it's a surprise, but I mean, it's always like, no matter what the setting is, it seems like he's always one of the top passing guys in the league. I mean, it didn't matter what, if it's on all Madden, all pro, if it's Madden's messing with the sliders on the backside, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's always up there in the top. I'm actually surprised, though, to see. I think one of my surprises for us, like passing touchdown, is the Browns. Browns is one of the guys that always is kind of in the top. Little Koch does know how to pass the ball, and to see he's only got 6 touchdown passes on the season, and he's got more rushing touchdowns is, for me, a surprise. Just because, like I said, he's always one of those ones too. He can be like I've always thought Kev and the Bucks have always been like one of those top passing teams as well. But Little Koch, it didn't seem like, doesn't matter who he's got as a quarterback. He's always either got a top 5, top 10 passing offense, with one of his guys being in the top for one of the top guys catching touchdown passes. So that's I guess kind of a surprise there for me as well.
Yeah, the Jaguars, not a surprise offensively, but seeing them put up these types of numbers and looking at they are in the bottom half of the league in passing, it's really getting it done on the ground game, and he's getting it done so well. It's putting him at the top 5 a lot of these categories. So you can see the top teams are going to be the top teams putting up the stats. Like, they're winning for a reason, and you're seeing why they're winning. You said it about the Broncos and what Randy's been able to build. He sort of had to take last season what it was, went out, had a great offseason, made trades, free agency, kills the draft, and it's showing itself here with the numbers that he's putting up. Let's look at the defense real quick, and I did get the news, so thank you, Tim, for getting me the news. What up, Dwayne? See Dwayne popping in here. He said it's beer 30. Let's look at the top 5's defenses. Total yards, it's going to be Colin and the Bears, Denbrew and the Bengals, the Saints. That one's a little surprising. The Jaguars, the Raiders, Jay Bowles and the Raiders, and Cincyberg and the Falcons. Your defensive passing leaders, Denbrew and the Bengals, Colin and the Bears, my Saints, and then the Houston Texans, one that you wouldn't have expected, and then the Browns and Little Koch. Your rushing defensive leaders, Colin and the Bears, D-Money and the Rams, the Twinkie and the Eagles, James and the Jets, and then finally Bill and the New York Giants. Your points defensive leaders, the Bengals and Denbrew, the Raiders and Jay Bowles. That's why he's winning. Colin and the Bears. Seeing a lot of Bears in the top 5 in both sides of these. We're going to have to talk about them. Dwayne and the Dallas Cowboys and the Jaguars and Big Hurt. Your sack leaders are going to be your Cardinals. They're number 1.
Oh
The
wow, I
Bengals
didn't know that.
and Denver. Now, a couple of you have one extra game because you play, but it's okay. These stats are going to give you the average. D-Money and the Rams are number 3. The Jaguars are tied for 4 with the Cincinnati-led Atlanta Falcons, or Cincyburg-led Atlanta Falcons. Your fumble leaders, Nicesonger and the Vikings, are tied number 1 with the CPU. Massimo and his Dolphins are tied number 1, and then it's D-Money and James are tied for number 2. Your interception leaders, you can see where my Saints rank right there. That's right, we've had 2. Me and Nicesonger. He's had 1, I've had 2. I don't know why. We just have terrible DBs. Zoe and the 49ers at 24. Randy and the Broncos at tied for 18 with Byron, who's got 18, and then 2 teams tied with 17, James and Cincyburg. Which one of these sticking out to you? I got to talk about these Chicago Bears across the board. Tops in sacks, tops in points, tops in rushing, towards the top in passing. The number 1 total defense in yards allowed. Like, this guy is just doing it all. We know that when Colin is the best is when he's got a really athletic playmaking defense. That is clearly what he has built here with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that. I mean, we're already 9 games into the season, and he's only given up that many yards. I mean, that's just phenomenal. I mean, it's not even getting up 2,000 yards yet, and it's kind of. I'm going to cheat here. He's only given up 200, a little over 200 yards a game. That is crazy good. And the OMFL that we've been in and been a part of so far this Madden, it seems like the defense has struggled. I know my defense has struggled to stop anybody at times, and but he has been very consistent. His rushing defense, passing defense, all those combined have just put him right in the top there of the defensive categories. And the fact that he doesn't have more sacks is a little surprising for me because of what he's got. But I think he's I bet if you could look at the tackles for loss, I bet he's probably leading those categories from his guys, because one of the games that we touched on earlier, I think 3 of his guys had 3 tackles for loss or something in just that one game. So they're making impacts otherwise as well. 10 interceptions, no fumbles, and that's kind of surprising for the Bears. But I was going to make a funny about the 49ers, not making a joke, but he's got 24 interceptions, and I think I've probably thrown him about 8 of those. So.
Well, I threw 4, so I'm right behind you.
And all of his fumble recoveries have probably come from me, because I think in our 2 games we played, I think I had a total of like 4 or 5 total fumbles against him, and so all those recoveries are probably from the game he played me. So man, I'm kind of the Bucks. I'm surprised, and I'm not picking on Kevin, because unless I hope he's still here, but
he won't be after you're about to say whatever you're saying.
He's last in defense, and I kind of got that high pitched little in my voice, but he's got such a good defensive team. That guy Bonner or whatever, how you say his name, he's so good in the middle. And I don't know if he's lost a couple guys. I know he lost Veda Vey, and maybe that guy was just such an impact for him that he hasn't really fully replaced that guy yet. But I will say, he's not last in a lot of categories, and he's got sacks, he's got fumbles, and he's got interceptions. Just haven't been able to piece it all together. So, but that surprises me. It doesn't surprise me my team being in the bottom 5. But yeah, I think the one other stat I look at here, sacks. And again, not bringing I wasn't even aware that I had this many sacks. I was like, man, how did I have that many sacks? I don't know if the 2 games I missed, the CPU was just dominating everybody and sacking everybody 8 times a game or what. But if so, thank you, CPU Madden, for helping me out there. But Jaguars, Rams, Bengals, all these guys. One thing I'll point out to Denbrew, not to be labeled this, but belabor, but 20 sacks. He has remade his defense.
Yeah.
His defense is absolutely getting after people. And watch out for the Bengals. I think he's going to make some noise in the playoffs. So.
Yep, I agree with you. Let's look at some conversions here. I think these are always interesting stats. Your best teams on third down conversions. I'd also say, like, this is a pretty big critique about Madden. It's 2026. And these are the same stats that we've had for like 35 years. And it's like, you go to any website nowadays and there's so many advanced metrics and things that you can look at. Like, why do we not have that in our game? And here's the biggest one that I always get annoyed with. Where can I look at my third down percentage as a defense? It just shows me offense, and that's a little annoying. Colin is number 1. Maniac number 2. Tied for number 2 is going to be our guy Roger. Number 4, or tied for no, he is number 4. Sorry, Bird and his Panthers, and then Jay Bows and his Raiders at 55%. Who cares about fourth down? Hopefully, you guys aren't going for it a lot in fourth down, unless you're Maniac. He's going for it a lot. He's 8 for 9. Is that the most attempts in the entire? Oh no, my goodness! The Vikings have had 22 attempts. Massimo with 13. So never mind, Maniac. You're not even close to the top in fourth downs. But I think
just
you might
efficient.
have. Yeah, you have some of the most fourth down conversions, though. Number 1 is going to be Colin. So anything about third down percentages that jump out to you?
I'm with you. I kind of like these little integral things. That's the reason why we look at them in the stats per game and stuff, because I think it kind of tells an underlying maybe issue that a team may have.
Mm-hmm.
When you got third down conversion, I mean, not picking on Simple and the Titans, but he's got 25% third down conversion.
You sure not picking on a lot of people here today. I just want to throw that out there.
I'm just scraping at the scab a little bit. One team that surprises me is the Commanders. I mean, third down conversions 30%, but he's still in the thick of things in the NFC for playoff spots. But I mean, some of those kind of surprised me. But I mean, you look at the Bears, and we talk about the Bears, 60%. Man, he is a offensive wizard. That's impressive from that stat. I mean, that many times you've had 66 chances and you converted 40 of those. I think that helps. And I know mine's like running or anything. I really think the CPU kind of helped me out the last 2 games that I missed in some of these categories. But
I don't know why I was just picking on you on fourth downs either, because I clearly was looking at the wrong team. It's the Bears who are 8 for 9. So he's
I'm 0 for 2.
Yeah, he's not only great on third down, but he's also really good on fourth down.
Yeah. And then 2-point conversion, man, he's 100%. He's only went for 1, but man, he's 100%. So he's keeping those percentages high. Raiders, another one you have to look at. He's got a high percentage. He's been winning. I mean, he's undefeated right now currently, unless something has changed in the previous game. But I mean, again, a lot of these guys, and Roger again on having 58% there. And he's played the CPU probably more than ever. I think he's got 3 CPU games. So, and wherever other guys have struggled, I guess he's found his niche against the CPU there. But fourth down conversions, looking closely, and we talked about the Packers. They're 4 for 4. They're 100%. Bears, 88%. Patriots, 83%. I mean, it's kind of a weird stat, but whenever you got the game on the line and these guys are going for it on fourth down, to either make a drive that seals the game for them or to keep the drive alive, these guys are making it known that you're going to have to bring your A+ game on that fourth down conversion there at the end of the game to either stop them or keep them out of the end zone. So, but I'm curious. I'm always curious about these stats. Sometimes when I'm bored, I just come along and I just go through all these and just looking at like, man, this guy over here is this and that and stuff. So But yeah, you make a good point though. Like, why does Madden
Yeah,
not
let's
have
give us
that
some
for the defense?
advanced matrix here. We're unbelievable. I'm also unbelievable that we're already 50 minutes deep on this show, and you got to leave here pretty
Yes.
soon. So let's get through this. Let's look at the turnovers. Interception leaders are going to be Bill with 25, way far and ahead. Is this intercept? No, that's interceptions thrown. My bad. Sorry, Bill. I thought that was interceptions. That's over there. We're going to look at those. So interceptions thrown. Let's look at the other way. The Jaguars are tied for only 2 interceptions thrown. Jay Bowles with 2. Dwayne with 4, Colin with 5, Zoe and our guy James tied. I'm sorry, our guy Simple and Zoe are tied with 6 fumbles lost. I guess we can look at that really quick. 0 for the Chargers, 0 for the Jets, 0 for the Commanders, only 1. A bunch of guys with 1. It's going to be the Raiders, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Ravens. Now defensively, we'll look at those numbers. Your top defensive interception leaders, 49ers, which we looked at a while ago. Byron with 18, Randy with 18, James and Cincyberg both with 17, Big Hurt with 16, and then fumbles receive. What's REC?
Recover.
Recovered. God, I'm retarded. That's my R word. Nicesanger with 6. He's tied with Massimo with 6. The CPU with 6. James with 5. D-Money with 5. And then just your difference leaders. You got Zoe with 21. Far and ahead, number 1. James with 15. Playing some good defense over there in New York. Big Hurt with 14. Jay Bowles with 12. And D. Wayne with 8. Not surprising to see the teams that win or the teams that have really good turnover differential. I'm telling you, I need a nap.
I have problems with ours too. Sometimes I'm Reggie.
We're real professionals on this show here, y'all.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Listen, it's not
like
difficult, right? You get turnovers, you win ball games.
That's right. I mean, differential, 21, he's got 21 to what he's actually turned over the ball. So, so he's a plus 21. That's, most of those guys, if you look at all those guys right there with the plus, they're all got winning records right now currently. So,
football is a simple sport.
Yeah,
hard
and
to
then
execute.
You look at the
simple.
You look at the negative.
Yeah, I don't even want to look at that. I know I'm up there too.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's a simple sport, and I know sometimes, and just in my game I just played, so I know sometimes Madden is so much different than real life. You kind of see oh, I should be able to fit the ball in there, and either the safety will shoot out from a spot where you don't think they could get, or sometimes they won't make a move on the ball. It just, you never know what's going to happen sometimes. And I think my problem is sometimes I have in my brain where I'm have to be calculating the anticipating, and I anticipate too much, and sometimes it gets me in trouble. And so I think a lot of guys that are in this category of the negative side probably have a similar situation where I've struggled with. I think I'm in probably the middle of the road. Yeah, I'm at -1. So I've thrown 14 and I've had 1 fumble loss and 16 takeaways. So it is what it is. So I think, but when you look at it, the scheme of things, like you said, it's such a simple thing. You don't turn the ball over, you probably going to have a better chance to win games, and especially in these situations when you have a differential on the plus side, that just helps your cause,
Yep.
And it's just simple.
If you have the ball, you can score points. If you don't give it away, you can score points. What I do think is also simple is going to be Mr. Tim with the news. Let's get over to Mr. Tim. We got it. We got Timmy. Our hands on it. We got him. Let's get over there.
Welcome to the OMFL News. Coach Tim here. And we reached the halfway point of season 119. Let's look at our statistic leaders. Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams leads all quarterbacks with 2,253 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, having an MVP-type season. Jacksonville Jaguars running back Bashal Tootin leads all running backs with 823 yards, 12 touchdowns. New York Giants receiver Malik Neighbors leads all receivers with 59 catches, 1,054, and 7 touchdowns. Your linebacker tackle leader is Arizona Cardinals Carson Schlesinger with 71 tackles, 4 for loss. Honorable mention goes to the Miami Dolphins outstanding rookie Dalton Chamberlain, 70 tackles, 8 for loss. Your sack leaders is LA Rams edge rusher Savon Jones with 7.5. And your interception leader is New York Jets safety Will Milner with 7. Now back to Nate with Press Pass Live.
I remember looking at Milner in free agency and thinking, man, he's like 48 years old. He's lost all his speed. I know he was great back when he came, but like there's no, and here he is leading the league in interceptions and helping the Jets win some games. All right, let's open up the mailbag. We got 3 questions. They're all sort of non-OMFL related, really. We're really scraping the bottom of engagement this year. Tim says, who do you have winning the March Madness tournament? I don't know if Tim meant like the team or the brackets. I'm going to assume he means the team. I have no clue. If my team's not in it, I'm checked out. I'm not one of these guys that get into March Madness. I'll watch some games if they're on, but I don't super get into it. Basketball is probably my 3rd favorite sport. It's high. I still love basketball, but I'm sort of really connected to my teams. And at this point in this season, LSU basketball team has been long out of it, and we're on to LSU baseball. So what about you, Maniac? Do you get into March Madness? Who do you have winning it?
I don't really get into March Madness. The basketball is probably my least favorite. I'm not even like curling more than I like basketball, but I will watch it. I think the thing gets lost on me is like so many like little technical fouls and all these things. It's so much stoppage in the game. It's like, come on, let's just play. I want to see guys slamming the ball, or whatever, slam dunking the ball. But I will more than likely do a bracket, and I did the bracket with for what Randy had put out there the other day and stuff.
Who'd you have winning it?
I want to say I think I had the Gators. I think the Gators winning it all.
There you go. Terrible answers from both of us, Tim, but that's what you get here on Press Pass Live. I feel like this is the most unprofessional show we've ever done. Tim says, what's your favorite month for sports? I am always going to be a football first guy. I do love baseball. I do love basketball, but not the start or necessarily the end. If my team is in it, I'll get sort of pumped. I don't know. There's something about September that I really enjoy. It's just like you got baseball is rolling into the playoffs. Football is here. If I'm not mistaken, hockey starts like around there. I don't watch hockey, but like there's like energy in the air about hockey starting. Basketball is like starting around the corner. Like September just feels like the month of like, boy, if you like sports, there's plenty of sports to watch on TV right now.
Yeah. Hockey right now, they're making their push towards the playoffs at this point. So a lot of the games kind of have a playoff pitch. I'm kind of football is my favorite sport. Hockey and baseball are kind of neck and neck. I think a little bit maybe towards hockey. I love the physicality of the hockey games that, and there can be situations where there's not a whole lot of stoppage. So there's always something going, that the puck's always moving and stuff. So I do enjoy that. I think If I had to say though, baseball I think does opening day probably the best out of all the sports. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
they're
give you
opening.
that. Yeah.
I think there's a lot that goes celebrating that. It's like opening day of
Yeah,
baseball.
yeah.
And there's a lot of build up toward it. I think probably though, like with the NFL draft, is almost like the start of football.
Yeah, yeah. I do
And
love the
so
draft.
that's the peak, and then you kind of start following throughout training camp, and you get kind of, and I think football is probably second on their opening weekend, and I think they've actually done better recently to improve the impact of opening week on football, but I still think baseball is just I know it's quoted as America's favorite pastime. Their opening week, though, ceremonies and stuff, I think outdo all other sports.
I think the money says that football took over that America's pastime a long time ago. Randy in the
Mm.
chat says only 8 people joined. I apologize, Randy. I don't follow any, and so it just felt like a waste of time for me to take a shot at it. But 3 Duke, 2 Michigan, 1 for Arizona, 1 Arkansas, 1 Florida. If I had to answer, I'd probably say Arkansas too. I feel like they're playing the best basketball, but
I
they'll
want.
probably
I
also
want to.
fumble
I don't
it up
even.
at the
I
end.
didn't even look, but I can almost guarantee you Arkansas was picked by Dwayne.
It wouldn't surprise me. They're a good team. Randy also says September to October is the best weather too. I totally agree. October in Louisiana is the best. And if we had a hockey team, I'd be a bigger hockey fan. I'm sort of loosely a Rangers fan just because that they were the best team when I was a teenager, right? And so I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, a New York Rangers fan. I loved watching Gretzky, but we don't get much hockey here in Louisiana. Nice Songer with a heavy question. He is at work because I
Oh.
talked to him a second ago, but he says, real life question, how do you keep pushing through when your family members have a lot of health issues? I don't have a great answer for that. I'm in this stage of my life where my parents are getting older, and a lot of my connections, their parents are getting older. And I always said that, like, I feel like either in college or probably more like high school, they should give a class on how to handle aging parents because it is weird and it's a weird stage in life. And yeah, there's a lot to figure out. I don't have a great answer. My wife has been through a ton of medical health issues. She's beat cancer twice and had a couple other definite scares, lots of surgeries, and she's my wife, so I'm just there and we get through it, and I'm strong because she's strong. She's way stronger than me, but parents has been a challenge. I wish I had a great answer other than surround yourself with really good people that lift you up and don't tear you down. Surround yourself with people that will listen to you and sit in the mud with you whenever you need to sit in the mud, but will help you out of that whenever you're ready to get out of it, and find something to unplug with, which is why this community exists, at least for right now. Maniac, I don't know if you got anything you want to throw in there.
Yeah, that's a tough question. I know, like my mom, she survived cancer twice. Um, I know it can be like it can be tough, but if like they said, just surround yourself with people that that you love, and stay positive. I know what helped me a lot was just prayer. I mean, prayer and um, I know that we're different than other people, or whatever. My thing is I turn to like worship music, man, just through um, worshiping God, man, and that always it's uplifting. Nothing again, I'm not trying to say, but I mean, nothing's more uplifting than worship music. I have found I've listened to a lot of genre, and it's nothing's more uplifting to the soul than worship music, and I've really that has helped me through a lot of the tough. Let's see, I can't talk either. Tough trials in my lifetime. So, but um, I know God has kept me through in those moments that were tough, and a place like this, I know we've all struggled with Madden, different things like that. But I mean, the guys that we hang out with in the chats and cutting up and stuff, those are positive things that that help in those situations. But just stay positive, man. Keep your head up.
Yep. Find something to unplug with. This this week's been tough on me for a variety of different reasons, work, personal, and then the stuff that we'll talk about here in a second with the league. But being able to unplug and just hang out with the guys and shoot some people and be really bad at other games and have a good time is really it helps to have a place to unplug. I know I've seen the NHL group get going at times, and the NBA group get going at times, and the other football games, and like there's lots of different ways to totally unplug. All right, we'll be right back. One more OMFL news, and then we're going to unpack the question of the day with Mr. Maniac. What would he do if he had the pencil in his hand for season 5? We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the OMFL News. In this section, Coach Tim is going to dive into the crystal ball and make his predictions that are sure to go wrong.
Did he just talk about his
First
stuff in the third
one,
person?
6 of the 8 division races are over. The AFC East is going to be a battle between the Jets and the Patriots. My prediction is the Jets will take it. And the 49ers and Rams are battling in the NFC West. Give me D-Money and the Rams to take that division. My second prediction is Bengals, Raiders, and Jags are running away with the AFC. But the Broncos are going to make a push to not only secure a playoff spot, but they will make some noise in the playoffs with a deep playoff run. I'm counting on you, Coach Randy. My last prediction is Bengals, Raiders, and Bears are all undefeated right now. But the Bears will be the last one standing undefeated. Yes, I do realize they do play D-Money on the schedule. I'm confident in Coach Colin that he'll have what it takes. The Bears are built not only for a dominant regular season, but a strong playoff push. That's it from OMFL News. Now back to Press Pass Live.
We appreciate Mr. Tim
Whoop, whoop.
for doing the OMFL News. Joker jumps in there, and others have helped throughout their time. Dimber's probably one of the guys that has done it for one of the longer times. And then our buddy here, Maniac, of course, he helps me on the show. But we used to have some great news from him as well. We've had tons of different guys throw their name in the hat, make some news for us. All right, Maniac, pencils in your hand. What are you doing for season 5? Are we even having a season 5? For a second there, I was like, what's going on with my screen? There's something.
That is my symbol. So light it on fire. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. I was kind of thinking this question the other day. I don't even know why I was thinking. I was like, if we were looking at doing one more season, and wanted to do something different, what would you do? Would you? I don't know. I don't know if I even come to a conclusion of what I would do. This Madden has been so bad. I have struggled so bad with this Madden. Like one game it plays kind of solid, and you're thinking, okay, well maybe they made some changes. And the next game is like, this game's not even playing like 10% when they played the game before, and it's just like there's a dice roll behind every game. Like it's just gonna be like, okay, this game you're gonna be able to pass the ball, and next game your receivers are gonna drop the ball 10 times, or it's just the way it's kind of been. So I don't know if I even came to a conclusion of what I would do. I know I did watch you the other day calling the coach mode league game. I think it was the bowl game. And it did look like it was kind of fun. If you can say Madden and fun in the same sentence, but
Priest has done some weird stuff over there, though. I love Priest to death, and look, he's running a league, so I appreciate that a lot. But having everybody be 99 overall and a bunch of old school players back and custom made players is like, what are we doing over here?
Yeah, you might as well play the game on what was it where you used to be able to play someone and you could say like even teams or whatever. So but I don't know, man. I've kind of thought about it. I don't know if I've come to a conclusion, but I've thought like maybe comp mode might be something to try out. I know I have played Mutt some, and I will say
shut
that
your mouth.
I know. I need to wash my mouth out with soap. I need to wash it out with soap.
I seen a meme yesterday that was like a guy at a bank. You know how back in the day, I doubt anybody ever does this anymore. They, you walk in a bank and they got the glass with the hole that you can talk through or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But the hole was bigger and his whole head was through it, and it said that the lady that was depositing checks said, "Sir, do you want me to deposit the whole $3?" And he said, "You better lower your voice." I thought that's what I mean when you say mutt. You better lower your voice.
Yeah, it's mutt. But except for playing these cheesy, trashy guys that do stuff on Madden that don't even resemble football, you will come across a couple of teams every once in a while there that play super legit, and just call plays, and they don't just call the same play over. And I will say, like, in those situations, like, it feels like the game plays better in that. I don't know. It's just the way they've got the Madden set up right now, though. It's almost mind-boggling how the game works and how things are supposed to work. And like we've said before, that they don't even know what all sliders control what situations in the game, and that's just bad.
Yeah.
That's all I can say, man.
Comp mode is on the table. It's definitely something I'm thinking about. Roger has an idea that you fully support Maniac because I don't remember what discussions we've had. So much has been on in my life in the last year, but no adjustments, just like call a play, run a play. Which is I tried to get to several Madden ago, and then slowly owners kept putting rules back and loosening, and then board kept voting. So we're kind of back to square one, exactly where we have been. Yeah. Listen, a couple of things. We talked about Trey a couple of weeks ago. Again, love Trey, the human. I think it was time. Like, everybody reaches a time. And yeah, I don't know. There's so much I want to say. Everybody reaches their time, whether it's a league or community, the rough edges that people have. And a lot of those times, because I'm the leader here, include me. People just have enough of me and they're like, deuces, I got to go. Totally get it. I've had times where I've had to go over 25 years because of a specific owner. And instead of me removing the owner, I just removed myself. Like, I've given up the commissioner 3 times or twice over my time of 25 years. I'm sort of at the age where it's like, if I go, I'm shutting this whole thing down and somebody else can go start over after I disappear from the internet. But, owners, they got to go. So the Trey thing sucks, but I think it was time for him, time for me, time for everybody. The Bill in New York thing was weird. No one knows. I don't know what happened. He quits a game, quits all the leagues, leaves the server, just mad. Just, we've all been there, right? We've all wanted to do that. Yeah. Most of us talk ourselves off the ledge and don't do that. Bill did it and disappeared. Is what it is. He's quit here before. Sucks. Probably a super nice guy. His engagement was low. Never really got to know him. I didn't have an issue with Bill in New York. Just like, blew up, left, is what it is. You can't quit games. And on that note, there's a couple things you can't do here. Number one, and it's written in the rules, you can't quit games. Sorry, you got to suck it up if the other guy's breaking rules. You got to get through it. You got to let the process play out. We don't quit games around here because it is a waste of time. It's a waste of your time, waste of my time. And it's a standard that if I don't hold us to and we let loose on that, it that can unravel really quick, and now people are quitting all the time, and that's just a golden rule. You can't quit games or you get removed. You just can't do it. Yeah. The other is, and this isn't written, but it is understood, because I'll have the conversation with many people here. We can't ever get to a place where you refuse to play someone. If that's a line that you're going to draw in the sand, and for Meek, that was his line, then you got to go. we didn't sign up here to play CPU. We didn't sign up here to give CPUs. We didn't sign up here to block people. Like, if you can't figure it out as an adult, you got to go. And Meek was very nice about it. And I don't have any hard feelings to Meek. In my opinion, Meek feels like he's been checked out for a minute here. Plays in another league of people that hate my guts. So that probably doesn't help the situation at all. And said, I will not play Joker. I have him blocked. I said, well, we can't do that ever. So we got to figure that out at the end of the season. He said, we ain't got to figure nothing out. It ain't a conversation I have, and I'm not playing him ever. And if it's a line in the sand, then I'll go. I said, well, this escalated quickly, but at least finish out the season. He said, no thanks, I'm out, and posted a message and deuced out. He's still in our community. Hopefully, you never know. I don't know Meek that well. Tried to get to know him over the years. Young man, super cool. I always enjoyed when he would do his streams, and very, very good player. Probably one of the top 10 players we've ever had in the OMFL. Mm-hmm. The guy can ball. He can call a game, build a team. But it's a line, brothers and sisters in Christ, that we can't cross. We just and listen, Joker will watch this. He does the news for us. He runs a league in our community, but me and Joker are gonna have to sit down and have a real conversation of like, listen, I understand why Joker is. I understand some of the context of why Joker is who he is, right? He's a tattoo artist. He's a biker. This man's got to be around some rough folk, and he's got to be a little tough. And that comes off in just like how he interacts with people here. And I said to him, and I've said to his friends, and I've said in our board chat, I just wish Joker would take the edge off. Just like be a little kinder around here. Like, these are not your tattoo people. Some people here are soft, and it's the internet, and it is what it is. But Joker is who he is, and to Joker's credit, he don't really change. He sort of is always who he is. We say about Bill, who was in the chat a while ago. I don't even know if Bill's still watching, but like, Bill is who he is. And I'm sure in real life, this is who Bill is. Bill's a little black and white, follow the rules, do what you got to do. I'm tired of hearing your excuses. Like, get to it, get it figured out. And unfortunately, as a commissioner, I got to deal with all kinds of generations, all kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of things. And I respect Meek. I do love him. I think he's awesome, but he drew a line in the sand that I just can't have equally. I can't have owners chasing other owners away. So it's this weird in between. But to Joker's credit, he's engaged. He's in my chats. He is making the news. He is running a league here. So it's like, I don't know. I'm in a lose-lose situations when you guys, and I'm talking to all 31 of you that are playing here, start drawing lines in the sand with each other. So my expectation is that people will figure it out. So we've lost 3 people, 2 really good owners, but I think it was time, and we're going to be okay. It sucks. I was sulking the other day because I got a lot going on in my professional life, a lot going on in my personal life. I'm a human like all the rest of us. I got a soft heart, soft hands. I would not do good in prison. I'd be holding somebody's pocket most likely because I'm a little fella, and that was supposed to be a joke. Nobody laughed. It's okay, Maniac. I take this personal because this stuff matters to me, and it's 25 years of my life's work, and I try to be a good human, and I get angry, and I snap off, and I get caught up in competition, and I'm human like the rest of you. But I think 99% of the time, okay, maybe 90%. I gotta stop being so loud. I forget my buddy's sleeping right next to me. 90% of the time, I try to be a really good human. But even when you try to be really good humans with other people who are trying to be really good humans, we bump heads. Maniac and I have bumped heads a billion times. Dwayne and I have bumped heads a billion times. I don't even know if Dwayne's still here, but I remember one time he told me I was gaslighting him. I was like, what? WTF? What? It happens. I bump heads with my wife all the time, and I love her more than any human on this planet. You can't be this long, this close, and not bump heads. You'll bump heads, but some people just don't like other people, and it's just not a line in the sand that we can deal with. You'd have to read the chat to know why I'm laughing. I get the conflict happens. I get the people bump heads. With Trey, he was not willing to have an adult conversation. He made a snap decision and left. It was time. With Bill in New York, don't even know the dude to make a call of why it happened, but you could feel that building. He just didn't like losing. He snaps off and leaves. With Meek, he just drew a line in the sand and didn't want to. There was no movement in it, and so he decided to do what he did. I begged him. I didn't beg because I don't beg. That's another thing I'm going to come back to. Hold on to that one. But I asked him to finish out the season. He said, no thanks. He's out of here. So that sort of tells me all I need to know. I wish all of those guys the best. This is just a Madden league. None of this matters. One day I will disappear from the internet. You will all move on with your lives, and you won't even think twice about me or this league or any. Like, that day will happen one day. The other thing, because I had this conversation with many owners over the years, but most recently, I hope he doesn't get mad for me saying his name, but most recently, okay, I won't, just in case, because I don't want to upset anybody. Most recently with a really key core owner, and he said, I'm out. I'm leaving. Of course, it was a much longer conversation. That was like a 6-paragraph statement that he sent me. Just kidding. Hopefully that's a funny joke to that person that's listening. I will ask you to take 24 hours. Maniac can attest to this. Anytime he's wanted to quit, I say, cool, take 24. Sleep on it. If you still feel like this in 24, then it's probably time for you to go. I do the same to me. There are many times I just want to quit game, delete franchise, delete Discord. None of you can find me. Dwayne could find me. Kevin could find me. This Kevin Maniac could find me. Denbrew could find me. Those are the only three, because those are the only 3 people that have my phone number. The rest of the board has my phone number, but I doubt they saved it. Those are the only 3 people that ever text me. Those can find me, but I could just ignore your text. I'm making the point that, like, I've been there too, and I'm like, I'm taking 24 and I'm sleeping on it. I'll ask you to take 24. Here's what I won't do. Oh, that's right. Some of you have my address. I won't beg. I just won't. At 46 years old, playing with a bunch of other adults for 25 years, I've seen a lot of people, including myself, come and go. I do not beg people to stay. I'm beyond my beg stage. I love you all. That's why you're here. I respect you all. I try to get to know you all as much as I can through the internet. I feel like, Denbrew told me, I met his wife and we had breakfast a couple months ago or whatever. And she's like, I feel like I know you because I hear your voice all the time. Right. And like, so I think a lot of people, think they know me because my face is on every stream. My voice is on every stream. I'm the leader. I do the podcast, blah, 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 blah. But I do try to get to know a lot of you personally, like what's going on in your lives and like, who are you as a human? And so I love you, but I won't beg you to stay. I just won't. I'm beating this dead horse. I don't beg people to stay. And in that conversation I was having with that one owner, they were like, I want to be begged to stay. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to meet that need for you, brother, because I don't beg people anymore. I'm beyond the beg stage. So unfortunately, those are the lines in the sand that people drew. We got to move on. It is what it is. And it's unfortunate, and the unfortunate piece is that there's just not a lot of owners out there playing Madden. This is a tough Madden. I'm going to talk to the board about a ton of different ideas. Lost Sniper threw a ton of ideas out about a year ago or 3 months ago. I meant a season ago. So 3 months ago, I didn't love them because they were pretty radical ideas, but at least he was thinking, and that's what I love about Lost. He's constantly thinking like I am. Comp mode is on the table. We've done that before, and it plays different. No adjustments, is an idea that's on the table. Just trying to find a way to make the game play as pure as it can so that it awards team building, player building, play calling. That's what we're always trying to get to. So people have asked. I don't think I'm letting some big cat out of the box. If I am, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Slap my hand. I'll take it. I'll apologize to you directly. But Rod is going to step away after the season, the Commanders owner. He works at EA. He works on the franchise side. And if you know how this game works, that April to July is just that team, I'm sure, is jammed pretty hard. And he has some personal things going on with the health of his family. And so the poor guy's just pulled in a lot of directions. And I don't blame him for needing to step back and take care of himself and his family. So hopefully he's going to stay in the server. Hopefully he'll come back and rejoin us if we still have an open slot. He will be at the tippy top of the list. But we'll have 3 open teams. I'm going to do some recruitment this weekend on Neon Sports, try to find owners. But as you all know, it's hard. It's really hard for somebody who's never played our style to step in and play our style.
Yeah.
And because there's no waiting list, like, it's like I don't even get to test somebody out. There's no dues. There's no other league to go like, hey, go play there for a couple of weeks and let's see if you can play. It's like throw them straight in. And those of you who hate the CPU games, you will hate playing somebody that doesn't play by rules even more. I've seen those DMs. I've heard those messages. I'm also like very self-conscious about this shirt. Why is these sleeves so short? I don't know. The rest of the shirt feels fine.
Showing the guns.
Oh, there are no guns to show. That's the ugly part. Anyway, that's where we are. I'm head down. I'd be lying to you all if I didn't think, okay, that's it. Because every time somebody leaves, I take it super personal. And this one felt really gross. And it was 3 in a row on top of the 3 that left earlier in the cycle, on top of what happened last cycle with all those guys, or maybe that's 2 cycles ago, and on top of no waiting list. And it's just like, ugh, why am I doing all this just to have something that depresses me and makes me feel like a loser? But head down. We got good people here, people that I love and appreciate, and we'll figure it out. And so that's what we'll do. That's a little quick state of the franchise. Be kind to everybody, especially those guys that have left here. I am who I am. I wish the best for everybody, including Trey, who I don't have connections with anymore, and I'm sure some of you still do. And he was a part of many different leagues here, but and definitely not Meek, who's still in our server, and I hope finds his way back one day. Maybe not. Maybe this league just isn't for him anymore, and he finds something else in our community, because I think he's a good human. So, Maniac, give us one last closing thought, and let's get the heck out of here.
I just want to say I appreciate you, man. I know a little bit how it is, because I've run leagues before, but I mean, you're running a community. You've got so much other things going on besides just the OMFL, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate your heart that you have for the community and for each one of us. I know that my DM has, if I was you seeing my DM, I would probably go, oh, what did Maniac do now? What's going on with Maniac? Because I know, like, sometimes after I've messaged and walked away, like an hour later, like, man, why am I such a whiny baby?
I got one from somebody the other day. Oh, it was James. It was James with Shocks. And it was the way the message started out. It was like, these messages never go well, brother. Just give it to me. He's like, oh, no, that's not what it's about. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, the way you were buttering me up, that usually is followed with, I'm out of here, and here's why. But, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I know you're trying to keep this thing, going for the community and for us guys. And I just want to say, I know I've said it before, but I don't know how heartfelt that it comes from me to you, and I know every one of these guys that are in this chat and others, we appreciate you, man. You do a lot, and I just want to know that you are loved and you're really appreciated.
I appreciate that. This is why I didn't have Maniac on last week's show, because I knew he would just do that all the time, and I was like, I want to have a series. I want to own my part of messing up Trey and making him leave, but it is what it all is. And Dwayne, that gaslighting conversation messed me up for like 3 months. I was like, why did he? I wasn't trying. Why is he upset? It messed me up for a while. I'm real soft in those ways. I get messed up pretty easily, and I have to learn how to suck it up and be a man. And gosh darn it, just push through. But anyway, I do mean well, and it's just hard. Leading is hard. No matter you're leading at work, leading your family, leading at church, leading a group, a community, leading a league, whatever it may be. It can be really, really difficult to lead. And Sometimes you mess it up, and sometimes you get it right, and you get way too much credit when things are going right. Like I do, I get way too much credit when things are going awesome here, and I probably take way too much blame when things are not going well. But that's part of it, and so you know, it is what it is. I've made a statement to my wife the other day. She's like, she was going to bed early or whatever, and anyway, she's like, you'll get to go enjoy video games. I was like, enjoy video games? I haven't enjoyed video games in like 10 years. I don't know what you're games suck nowadays. I enjoy the people that I play video games with. The games themselves, I would not play offline. I do not. I don't play anything offline. If I am not playing with someone in this community, I'm just watching YouTube or doing whatever. I'm working on something else. So you guys are the reason I do it. And I do love, like, I've thought about like just not playing Madden. Pepper hit me up the other day. He's like, you ever thought of just not playing and just running the league? But it's like, I do want to love the game. It's got its crazy, stupid flaws. And there's a great video out there that somebody posted. Randy posted in our chat about just some little things about Madden that just like, man, why can't they get this right? But I enjoy football. Football is my number one sport. Enjoy building the team. I enjoy all the fun stuff we do. And I don't enjoy being 0-7, but the rest of it's pretty much fun. And so it is what it is. All right, I've rambled enough. Maniac's got to get out of here. He's bringing the kiddos back to college. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day off and then take my wife out on a date. So, guys, I love you. Thank you, J Bowles. Thank you, everybody, for coming and tuning in. And if you're watching this later, leave us some of your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the top 5? What are your thoughts? Some of the questions that were lifted out here. And yeah, let's go find some owners to replace these CPU teams and finish out this cycle strong. We will not play 6 seasons, by the way. 5, if we can get there, will be all that we play. 6 is out of the question. So I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those around you. We'll see you in the next one.
Deuces.
Smash that like and subscribe.